Is this the end of compact cameras, or DJI Osmo Pocket 4 is somewhat overhyped? Here's all the good and the bad that I discovered for the first few months of using it. Let's inspect. Welcome! Great to meet you. I'm the Tech Mishka. On the channel we expect a lot of cool and interesting tech, and well, this video is going to be more about practical use cases, about the way that I utilize this gear, the accessories that I use, feedback about how it all has gone in the past few weeks and months, because I feel that this type of tech is the perfect match to content creators like me who are mostly focused on filming product videography and filming themselves from time to time and require good audio quality and really good professional grade video output. And that's, by the way, the Osmo Pocket Generation 3 after the hype, 6 months after it got released. Marvelous device, or not? So this video, besides thoroughly inspecting and highlighting all the good and the bad sides, I'll try to focus on use cases against a smartphone with a gimbal, or a compact camera with a gimbal, even a mirrorless camera with a gimbal. Can it be an as good alternative? So yeah, let's do it. Definitely, the price is not among the strongest sides here. Quite the opposite. It is the major setback for many potential customers, because it is not far from the price of some great working smartphones, which on top might come with a multi-camera system. It costs almost as much as a Sony ZV-1 and not too much more than a basic mirrorless camera body. This time, the Creator Combo might seem like a much more attractive option, because you receive a whole lot of useful goodies. In my case, I've decided to keep the cost as low as possible, and the fact that ND filters are being sold separately made me go for the Vanilla Edition and put this money elsewhere. Up until now, I don't feel sorry for my choice, but keep in mind that I already have the DJI Mic 2 set. If you need a good wireless microphone, it is the best money can buy for seamless linking to the Osmo Pocket 3 microphone. I won't spend too much time on unboxing and setup, because you may have seen tons of other videos doing it. Just sharing with you two facts. The lack of a 1/4-inch mount thread on the main body is annoying. Sure, you can use the handle, but it won't fit inside the case. And mentioning the case, I find its design much nicer than what it used to be with Leaps 1 and 2, and almost always brought back my Pocket 3 inside it without any hesitation. It's been a pain point with the older versions. The technical specifications is the area which might be the most intriguing one, especially this newly deployed 1-inch image sensor. There's fixed aperture of f/2.0, minimum focus distance is only 20 centimeters, field of view is 20mm in 35mm equivalent, the battery is big enough to last close to 3 hours of filming, there's of course the inbuilt 3-axis gimbal, a newer and larger display, support for Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and there, as expected, is tight relationship to the DJI Mimo app. A lot of specs, and still there are certain things we really know about, like the size of the display and some of the other features. There are certain things that we are being kept in the dark about. They at least disclose the kind of lens which is being deployed, 20mm wide, so it's rather wide angle, a bit wider than what most smartphones would provide. We know about the size of the image sensor. It has 1-inch big image sensor, which is quite remarkable. However, DJI do not disclose what kind of image sensors they deploy inside exactly. And I feel that it's not the same as the 1-inch image sensor deployed with the DJI Air 2S drone. I think it's a different one because of the specifications. According to their forums, the pixel size is 3.2 micrometers, and again, according to their website, the photos, they can come out with a maximum resolution of 9.4 megapixels. So when we combine both with the rest of the specifications, I would assume they might have deployed an on-semi-made image sensor, or they might have developed their own one, which is less likely, though. In terms of processing power, performance is remarkable. But again, we don't really know what's this system on a chip inside, because it's not officially disclosed, and again, based on assumptions and hours of research, I would say probably there's the Umbrella H3 inside, which is a bit outdated, however, an extremely capable SoC, and that's why we can have up to 4K 120 frames per second, and the D-Log M and all the nice features. But, you know, based on everything I mentioned so far, I think the key takeout is the fact that it's really the pixel size that matters as opposed to the amount of pixels that a particular device is going to provide. Because even with 9.4 megapixels, that's more than enough for really good 4K footage, and it's supposed to deliver exceptionally good low light performance. And I think it does, because if we compare it to the same sized image sensors inside RX100 by Sony and the Sony ZV-1, Osmo Pocket 3 delivers better results with, obviously thanks to the inbuilt gimbal, significantly better stabilization. And that's the other huge advantage, because here we talk about mechanical stabilization, and it's a lot better as compared to anything that relies on electronic image stabilization, which always would produce jitter. And you know what? I feel that we should check some more video clips and talk about the footage. As a starter, notice this obvious bokeh. A larger image sensor plus wide aperture equals why you would definitely notice it. And it's either hate it or love it. It's really awesome for vlogging if it's you inside the frame only. It is not as awesome if there are some people behind you, because they will appear out of focus. Landscapes are perfect use case though, so are some product or architectural videos. To put it in simple words, if you're often filming video with mirrorless camera and keep the aperture mostly at low values, then Pocket 3 is totally your thing. If you're more of the action camera guy with infinity focus preference, then you may not like it that much. I tend to belong to the first group of folks, and DJI's latest gimbal camera has been seamless integration to my workflow, and it's been almost zero learning curve given my prior experience with their products. The shooting modes are, as usual, many, with very simple and intuitive interface. Switching between the resolutions is as simple as swiping a few times until you reach the desired combination. There are a bunch of shooting modes involving stills and slow motion, and of course the professional-grade features such as manual exposure controls and color tuning. Even 10-bit recording is possible in the famous D-Log M, which is a bit easier to color grade in post-production format. Video bitrate goes as high as 130 megabits per second, and that's more than enough for most use cases. I don't feel like I have to comment on the footage much. The results speak for themselves. As usual, DJI have optimized the image quality to perfection, and it's just up to your creativity to extract the best out of a given scene. And because I prefer smoother-looking footage and the cinematic type of motion blur, ND filters are a must-have, and the variable one from PGY Tech has been a perfect match. Well, on extremely bright days, it might overexpose even at the highest ND setting, but it's pretty great for golden hour and any other occasion. Plus, I don't have to carry an extra box with me, and I underline, I'm not sponsored in any way to recommend this setup. It's something that I bought on my own a few weeks ago. The still images are fairly interesting too. If you need RAW photos, just switch to the mode. Question is whether 9.4 megapixels are enough, and if the final destination of your images are platforms such as Instagram or Facebook, I would say yeah. But this fact clearly shows that Osmo Pocket 3 has been designed around the idea to be a video camera, and taking photos is more like a bonus. Such one is the super quick charging. Counting on reaching up to 80% of the battery capacity in just less than 18 minutes means that I don't miss the horrible battery life of my ZV-1 camera. True, it's non-removable, which not nice. Sounds like you have an expiration date. Osmo 1's battery has degraded after a year and a half. Osmo Pocket 2's battery is still staying strong here, but you get the point. Perhaps the biggest advantage of Osmo Pocket 3 is the audio. Low light capacity of the Osmo Pocket 3 is pretty spectacular, and no surprise with such a large image sensor and large pixel size. And right now I'm taking advantage of the face tracking. I'm just moving and it automatically tracks my face. And in the meantime, you can tell me, how does the internal microphone sound? Comment down below. If you wonder about tips and tricks, I doubt there's any better place other than the Mimo smartphone app. Awesome video editor on the go with the ability to tune your camera in every possible way. And of course notifies you about all the new firmware updates. There have been 2 major enhancements up until the moment I work on this video, and DJI have a proven record for being really consistent about adding improvements over time, or at least fixing things that are not quite right. Truth is that even with a bigger and nicer display, it is not always big enough, so having your phone around is pretty neat about recording remotely and having live streaming. It can even let you control the gimbal and further tune the responsiveness. So far, this sounds like the almost perfect product, but that's the key word, almost, because we can still catch some drawbacks. The aperture is fixed, which is a bit annoying. The battery is non-removable, and given DJI's drone's design, I don't think they have a good way to convince me that it cannot be done with the Pocket series. The lack of display inbuilt auto brightness feature is also irritating. Come on, even fitness trackers have light sensor these days. Pocket 3 appears to be a lot more expensive than generations 1 and 2, and it is not as sturdy as an action camera. Bottom line, I feel that the video capabilities of the Pocket 3 are remarkably good, and in this form factor and size, there's nothing that can come even near to the capacity that Pocket 3 can provide. Well, it's a perfect match to content creators, YouTubers, people who film themselves and like to have bokeh in the background, people who are very much focused on product videography and photography, or just random nature sceneries and stuff. I know that to some people this fact that we cannot control the aperture is a bit annoying, but it's not any different to what most smartphones are doing these days, and on top you have an exceptionally stable footage thanks to the inbuilt gimbal. Well, that's my take on it, and I find myself using this one a lot more often as opposed to generations 1 and 2, but it is a fact that in order to extract the most out of it, you do need some photography or videography skills, and as soon as you master those, I'm pretty sure you're going to be exceptionally happy with the Pocket 3. If you want to buy this one because it looks cool, or because it sounds like a good idea, or because it's the latest and greatest, well, don't, because there are so many other ways where you can spend your hard-earned money, and if you don't find yourself using it on a regular basis, there's no need to invest that much. Buy yourself a Pocket 1 or Pocket 2. So that's my take on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Should you have any questions, or if you want to share about your story and experience, the comment section is down below the video. If you want to buy it, then please support my work and use any of the links posted in the video description area. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I'm the Tech Mishka, would love to see you subscribed, and talk to you again in the next episode. Bye.